It's time for a second date update. Are you familiar with what that means? Basically, it is a public service. It doesn't have to be, that you just went out on 2 dates. It could be a few, but second date update seemed like what we're going to call it. So
just slips off the tongue.
It just slips off the tongue, right?
Yeah, third date update doesn't.
It does. Actually, third date update's easier. But most people have a second date problem, not a fourth date problem. But anyway, we generalize. So I get this email from Craig. Craig's out in Glendora. And he says, she and I have been in the same friend group for years. We've always been flirty with each other, but she's been in relationships, and so have I. So it never worked out, the timing. But I always said to her, one of these days, you're going to go out with me. I mean, he's visualizing it, right? Tanya, that's what you do. That's your vision board way of looking at it.
Oh, I love a manifestation station.
And so, Craig, the day finally comes. She agrees to go out with you. It was great.
Yeah.
And you fell. You fell for her hard.
Crazy hard.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd already known each other for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And, it just felt right to me,
Well, listen, when you already know someone for that many years platonically, it's much easier to fall hard fast because you know so much about them,
Yeah.
I think so.
So clearly you wouldn't be here if everything was going well. What happened?
Well, so like I said, date went great, at least for me, right? Everything felt like it just fell into place, and we were just going to, naturally, trend towards dating exclusively or something like that. But, after the date, she would text normally in our group text with our other friends and whatnot. But when it came to one-on-one text, she was always very cold and short 1-2 answers. Very different from the usual, and she just seemed very less interested.
Uh-huh. So, just to go back to the part where you guys were together, everything, body language, conversation went swimmingly.
At least as far as I'm concerned, yeah. The whole date, we very, very conversive. There weren't a lot of awkward pauses because, like I said, we'd already been friends for a few years now, so... there definitely didn't seem to be any red flags on my end.
I can't condemn someone who's not a great texter because I, too, am awful at it. So I may just say a one-liner, but it doesn't mean I'm not interested,
Yeah. Did you guys get physical?
No, I think we kind of decided just to take it slow because we didn't want to ruin our friendship. So we just kept it very, hug at the end of the day. That was it. Very, very easy.
All right. So far, I mean, I like all this, Craig, especially since you're falling hard. I like it when somebody falls hard. I
can appreciate that, yeah.
None of this teetering, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
you know
he's
what?
all in.
I'm all in. All right, so Craig, I'm going to come back here in a second, and we're going to call her, get her on the phone, and you'll be very quiet while I ask her some questions to try and find out what's really going on. Hang on. Dating can be very difficult, especially when you're trying to read the person, and they're not so forthcoming with their feelings. Which, at the beginning, I think we're all sort of guarded when it comes to, look, if, Tanya, if you and I go on a date, I'm not going to actually, say all the things I might think, right, out of the gate that could be good.
I do that.
All right, well, then we won't have a second date update. We'll be fine. So we won't be calling in for this. See, I think you got to be a little guarded with it because you just want to make sure it's real and you want to feel it out and you don't want to scare anybody off. But
Yeah.
that's just me personally. Anyway, so Craig says he's known this girl from the same friend group for years. They've always flirted. And he actually said, one of these days you're going to go out with me. But they were always in relationships, so it never happened. It finally happened. They go out. He fell hard. He's in love. And now she texts normally on the group text, but the one-on-one texts to him are boring. They're not flirty. They're not funny. And he's like, what's up? Now, I'm a bad texter, so I don't place blame on this. But Craig, be very quiet. I've got Hope here. I'm going to talk to her, okay?
Got it.
Hey, Hope, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for asking. We're calling about a guy you've known for quite a while named Craig.
Yeah, I know him.
So I just met him, and he said you guys have been in the same friend group for a long time.
Yeah.
Right? And then he said, you guys are always in relationships, but finally the timing worked out so you could go out on a date. Do you remember that date?
I do. Yeah, we went for a bike ride.
Is that right? Where did you go and what kind of, did you rent the bikes or were they his bikes?
We rented them. We rode from Venice down to Manhattan Beach, and then we got drinks, and then we rode back, and it was nice.
By the way, the ride down is great. The ride up with the wind, you got to work for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like the wind, it depends on the time of year, but the wind picks up on the way back when you're going onto the airport and everything.
Yeah.
I stopped to watch the planes land on that path.
How romantic is that? I love that.
It is very romantic to watch the planes land. Thank you, sis. So, so you did the bike ride. Did you eat in Manhattan Beach and then drive back?
Yeah, we just had some drinks, and then we rode back. It was a nice night.
Good. I think that's a great date, FYI.
Such a good date.
Okay, so that happens, and then did you see him again?
I mean, I'm sure I will see him again because we have a lot of the same friends, but so far we haven't had another date.
And so, are you interested?
I think we're better off just staying friends.
Why? What did you notice? You've known him a long time. What was it about this bike ride and 3 drinks at Manhattan Beach that changed your mind?
Well, he got a little too personal. I mean, like, it's fine. We've always been flirty. So, I mean, that's always been a thing. But I don't know. He kind of crossed the line.
What do you mean by cross the line?
Wait. What do you mean I crossed the line?
Sorry, Craig is on the phone. Craig is on the line. Craig is on the line listening. Craig, hold on for a second. What line did he cross?
Dude, he asked if my boobs were fake.
I mean, I assumed they were.
Well, I mean, they are, but that's not the point. The point is, it's our first date. Like, that's not cool. That's not something you ask on the first date.
Yeah, Craig, that's a violation. That is not a question that is acceptable or appropriate.
Why would you go there?
I'm really sorry. Like, I've been known to not have a filter, but like I'm really sorry that I made you like uncomfortable. I just that's not the first time I've put my foot in my mouth. So I'm really sorry. I didn't really realize I made you feel that way.
No, I mean, I appreciate it. I get it. I just think for right now, I think we're better off staying friends.
Listen, Hope, the fact that you can still have him in your life and be friends, and Craig, you got to work on your etiquette, bro.
Yeah, apparently so. I'm really sorry.
Thank you. I mean, I'll think about it, but for right now, I just need to process it.
Craig,
are we going to be okay? Like when I see you again with our other friends?
Yeah. Yeah. Just yeah.
Craig, did you run out of things to talk about? Like, what happened?
I mean, I don't even really remember how I brought it up. I think it was just one of those things where, like I said, I don't have much of a filter, so it popped in my head, and I mean, because we had been friends for years, so I guess I just didn't think it was that weird of a question, but apparently it was.
Kind of personal. All right. Well, listen, as I just heard from Hope, there is hope. She said maybe. She'll think about it.
Yeah.
So you're in the doghouse for now.
At least you guys are friends. And Hope, thank you for being honest. I mean, I agree. That's a line crosser for sure. Kind of generally. I mean, that's like, even when unless you're like in a relationship, then you probably would know by that point, right?
Or that she wants to share that information.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a strange thing. It's very strange. Craig, Hope, take care of yourselves. Thanks for going on with us. I really liked their date. I'd like to do that on a date, is get a little beach cruiser and roll down from the marina or Venice, actually closer, right? Down to Manhattan, or marina to Venice and back.
Down to Manhattan.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that, but I got to get a bike rack.
Yeah.
You got a what?
I have to get a bike rack for my car because we can't put our bikes in our car.
Rent the beach cruisers down there at the beach.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh, they're so, and you look so cheesy in them too. They're so fun. And the handlebars are like higher than my shoulders.